Good luck with that. Now, after being sent around the world 3 times by Ricky Gervais as Stephen Merchant in An Idiot Abroad, in his brand new series, The Moaning of Life, Karl Pilkington is going it alone.
Before we talk to him about the ups and downs of his latest adventures, here's a quick look at the man himself in action.
Reynold Fiennes, or whatever his name is, when he climbed Everest. He didn't say, here's my little mate I brought. The numbers in my mobile phone wouldn't fill this row of tables here. It's a town made for mermaids.
Where's Kev?
Put him outside to where he stinks. Where are we going?
Just keep going straighter.
Well, I've got no option.
Was it? It was just okay.
Is that good? If she was bald, I'd want to know. I was happy with the jacket. If it's broke, they call me. When we get an invite through the door that size, it's the equivalent to getting jury duty. Never cup of tea, yeah.
Karl joins us now. It's lovely to see you, as always. This new series is a bit of a journey of self-discovery in a way, because each episode covers a big topic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the big things that happen in your life. It's the marriage idea, having kids, happiness, death. So they're all things that most people deal with at some point in their life.
So you go around the world to find the answer to these from different
I mean, I'll tell you now, there isn't any answers.
Right.
I'm more clueless now than I was at the beginning, because the world's pretty mad, isn't it? The way people do things and why they do things, and you ask people why they do them, and they go, I don't know, they just do. There's a lot of traditions, isn't there, that just keep things going. You think that's the reason for it. So yeah, the first one's on Sunday night at 9, and it's about marriage. And it is about marriage, yes. So you go to one of the clips we're going to show us in a minute. You go to India. India. And you sort of explore the idea of arranged marriages. Yeah. And they have sort of agencies for arranged marriages. It's all pretty smooth. I mean, I know some people sort of go, oh, arranged marriages, that's a bad thing. But if you're like me, I've never been one for chatting women up. I can't do it. Right. Forget it. It's not going to happen. OK. So for people like me, if you can go into an office and you've got a bloke going, right, here's a catalogue, what sort of thing are you after? That's not very romantic, is it? But it works a lot. Honestly, the woman who I met, I reckon, and honestly, she was well into me. She would have had me like that. Honestly, she was well into me. And I think I would have been quite happy with her. Really? Honest to God, if I've got a girlfriend, I've had her for ages. But if it didn't work out, I'd probably be back on a plane to meet this woman, because honestly... And were you just a match? You were a match? It was just, I went in and there's a bloke there and he's saying, what do you want? And I'm going, oh, I don't want anyone who's too clever or anything, because I'd end up annoying them. And I just write down what I'm like. You know, you write down your bold, skills, your interests, what you like. And in the end, I mean, the weird thing is everyone's there. When you turn up, the mum and dad was there, and they're quizzing you. I don't do interviews. I'm nervous at this. I find this weird. I've never got a job through doing an interview. So it was exactly like that. But you had to be honest.
Well, you nearly got a future wife.
I know.
Honest to God, you haven't seen it yet?
We've got a clip. Should we have a look?
All right, yeah, let's have a look. Yeah.
Tell me something about your parents.
Are they doctors?
No, there's no doctors. I mean, they've retired now. My dad has done loads of jobs, from tiling, gardening. Yeah. He's done courier work, taxi driver. He had like a butty shop with my mum.
What level education you have finished?
I didn't do that well. The school wasn't very good.
So did they know that you had no intention of marrying their daughter?
I don't know. I asked that because obviously there's a director there and a cameraman and everything, and I thought they were just doing this for fun, but by the end the dad was, I mean, it's the problem with talking about it, because it ruins it, doesn't it, for people watching. But by the end, the dad was sort of going, right, can we get your number, maybe you can meet again tomorrow for a coffee, go to the cinema. And I was a bit like, oh, hang on. At first I was enjoying it, because I'm thinking, I'm doing all right here. Forgot all about Suzanne at home. Talked to her about an hour before. And I sat there going, this has got all right. And then I suddenly was like, oh, God, I'm going to have to let her down. She's going to have to know. And I was going, I'm not telling her.
How was work today, darling? Yes, it was great. I got married.
I know, honestly. So it sort of built me up a bit, because, like I say, I've never been... I don't know if women like me or not. But through that, I was like, yeah.
Well, that's as you said, that's this week's show. That's the marriage one. What about the other subjects? So how do you cope with death? How did you deal with that one?
I mean, I'm really interested in death, because it's going to happen. It's not. You see, with marriage, I haven't got married, even though I've been with Suzanne for ages. It's like kids, we haven't bothered, but death is going to happen.
You can't avoid
Can't avoid it.
Well, you went to an unusual funeral, didn't you?
It's maddest. Honestly, I've been all around the world and I've seen some mad stuff. And I get a bit blasé. I think, oh, another tribe, I've seen it. You know what I mean? You get a bit blasé about stuff that I'm visiting around the world. But this funeral in Ghana, yeah, I mean, you'll have to watch it.
It was an old lady, wasn't it?
It was an old woman called Comfort. Never met her when she was alive. She'd been dead for 2 months. And what they do, they don't bury them that quick because they've got family all over Africa. And if they're poor and what have you, they can't just fly in. They've got to travel. So the body's not buried for ages because they basically want all family and friends
to say
goodbye to them. So she's, I got involved in sort of doing her up, putting the makeup on her, and they prop them up in the corner of the room. And people come in. This woman called Comfort, she worked in like a market stall flogging some fruit called kinky, some local thing. So that was her job, sat behind this table flogging kinky. So what they did, they sat her in a corner, table, kinky on it, and family and friends are going up, sort of putting money in her hand, and going, really weird. Wow. Really weird. And everyone else is thinking it's normal.
But
going and taking pictures, probably putting it on Twitter.
Like
They
have a very, very different... maybe
that's
it's us that's wrong. We have
Definitely.
a bad relationship with
I
death.
said that. You never hear about it on the telly. We never like to talk about it. You know, everyone's morbid. There, dancing down the streets. It's a proper celebration. I think someone said...
It seems a better way... I mean,
Definitely.
Unusual for us, but it seems like a better relationship with death, like
Really?
you said. Fascinating.
No,
I can't wait to watch it.
It's the best one, that.
Yeah?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the last episode, but it's...
You didn't miss
amazing.
Ricky and Stephen?
No.
No. Because I suppose the hotels were better.
Definitely. I mean, sometimes you're in places where it's just basic, but, you know, I mean, last time I was packing bottles of Domestos with me when they were sending me away, do you know what I mean? Whereas this time, if there was something half decent, you know, with clean bedding, I'd be staying there. So
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy the trips more. I mean, I still don't like being away from home, but...
No, it's funny you keep taking these travelling jobs, isn't
It's a
it?
job, innit? It is a job, you know. I'm sure you're sat there thinking, why are we talking to him again? But it's,
No,
you've got
we
to do
love
it.
that.
I would.
Yeah.
Look how much I wrote down to ask you.
I know, me
We have
too.
so much to
So
ask you.
much.
We've just scratched the surface. It's
Us
lovely having you here.
proving our point.
The Moaning of Life is Sunday. It's at 9 on Sky 1 and Sky 1 HD.
And there's a book out as well for it again.
Oh,
There
okay.
we are then.
So
There you
it's
go.
Marvellous. It's lovely
Thank
to see
you.
you.
Thanks for having me
very
on.
much. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Sue Hill's appealing for your help.